as mature as he is.
Pedophilia/learn to pronounce
He says
noun
it's
a
not
person who
pedophilia.
is sexually attracted to
Anyways,
children.
do you?
Definitions
let me
from
ask you this.
Oxford Languages.
Is this like some philosophical thing? Like everyone is everyone thinks that they're the most
a person
rational
who is
person,
sexually attracted
Well,
to
also
children.
or
that, yeah,
do
most
you think
Definitions
that
from
you're the most
Oxford
rational
Languages.
person, like objectively?
Yeah, I think objectively, I think everybody tends to think that they're more rational than most people.
But you
I also,
know you're the most rational person.
yeah, exactly.
Have you been? Well, I would feel bad for asking this question, but frankly, I think that you're a little up on it. Have you been diagnosed with mental issues?
I've got all sorts of neurotic type issues, which are emotional issues. So I've got like phobias and
I believe that.
yeah, but that it has nothing to do with rationality. I don't have psychosis. So
I'm not. I'm asking like what like mental disorders would you be open to disclosing to us?
I fit the DSM criteria for depression, even though I don't actually feel depressed.
Okay.
I fit the the phobia. I probably could fit presumably I would fit in things like narcissist personality disorder according to the criteria.
Wait, really?
No, according to the
criteria.
I agree
with that.
It's justified. So
that's crazy though. Like that's from left field. I didn't expect you to be a narcissist.
I would probably would go into the sort of category of what is it, like maybe potentially like dependent personality disorder, maybe like I don't know, maybe like schizoid, which is not schizophrenia. Schizoid is more just about being kind of doing things in your in a sort of unique, sort of non-conformist fashion. So like but that would be wrong. What I agree with is that I think modern psychiatry gets it completely wrong, and it basically is just
okay.
It thinks
so
that
you don't think you have? All right. Well, that's fine.
I do have problems.
I get it. You're not really like diagnosed officially with anything. You're diagnosed with emotional stuff. You're sad.
I've got emotional. I think I'm genuine.
Are you sad boy because you're not legally allowed to fuck any 14-year-olds?
Not particularly sad about that. I'm just sad that I'm an incel virgin. That is what makes me sad.
Are you an incel virgin because legally you're not allowed to fuck any 14-year-olds?
Well, I mean, obviously, if they've got a bigger pool of people, it slightly raises the chances that I wouldn't be a virgin incel, presumably. But I don't think it makes a big difference because mostly you end up sort of
the pool of people is pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, why? Yeah, so let me ask you this: why do you think that you're an incel? Is it because of Chad assholes like myself get all the women?
Well, sort of.
Listen, I did have a slut phase when I was younger in college.
Yeah.
And I'm not really proud to say it, but I did have a lot of sex.
Yeah, but you're in the United States where that kind of thing happens more easily. I was in Switzerland. Switzerland it's all about social circle, and it's sort of very difficult. In the United States, I probably wouldn't be an incel if I lived in the United States.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think that you might be an incel as long as you maybe if you never talked to the people that you had sex with, maybe if you just said that you were a mute, maybe if you tried to wrote a message to them saying, "Hey, I'm a mute," and you just never talked about your political opinions, maybe. But I think if you ever voiced your opinion about anything, I don't think anybody would have sex with you.
Well, then that would just prove the point is that people are
honestly, even if you paid for it. Oh, I am an idiot?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, including you. Don't take it personally. I'm just saying everyone.
I'm not taking it personally, especially from you.
Pretty much everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else. But so don't. Yeah, I don't.
Everyone else but you.
Basically, but they're degrees. Not everybody is the same level of idiocy. And I'm not saying that I'm not an idiot either. I'm just saying I'm the least idiotic person. Really.
No, you're the least idiotic person. I think that you're significantly less intelligent than I am, and I don't even think I'm intelligent.
Okay.
I also think that you're significantly less rational than me.
Okay.
But I don't even think I'm that rational. I have emotional appeals to particular issues, and I think it's even rational to admit that. But anywho.
Yeah, no, it is rational to admit it. It's rational to admit it, definitely.
Just tell. Anywho, So what is this? I want to address this issue with eugenics. What
Oh
is
yeah.
this issue with eugenics?
Okay, so this issue is the issue generally of like inceldom of people. And my point is that why do people end up being incel is because we have basically we have our minds are made in such a way that we attribute differential value to different people based on all sorts of things like their prettiness, their physical appeal, and things like their social status, things like their personality. And so some people are just considered to be much more high value than other people. And so the people
Okay,
who
so
are lower
is this
value.
like a discussion of social Darwinism rather than eugenics?
Wait, wait, let me get to it. So I'll explain where the eugenics
Okay.
comes in. So
Yeah.
the idea is that you can, through eugenics, and what I mean by eugenics, of course, I said the word eugenics to eugenics simply means improving the gene pool. So it's not through breeding programs, anything like that, which was like old school eugenics. What I mean is what's now called transhumanism. So genetic engineering to do things like
Oh,
eliminate
this is what
disease.
you were talking about the one time. You wanted to fucking make an army of yourselves. You wanted to clone yourself
Well,
for
no, I didn't actually.
genetically
That
manipulate.
that,
Yeah, I
that
know you
was
didn't
that
want to
was
clone yourself, but you
a
did want
thought
to genetically
experiment.
manipulate people to become more rational.
Yeah, I did advocate for that, and eliminate disease, eliminate aging, and then also things that would make people more or less value. So you'd eliminate, for instance, you'd eliminate ugliness, and you would also eliminate, for instance, people. You'd sort of make people be
How do you
less.
eliminate ugliness? Do you eliminate
Well, you could do it.
like deformities?
No, like just literally, you could eliminate because like the way your face grows is
Ugliness to
determined by your
who though?
genes. It's determined, but because we largely
I
have a
understand
clear
that. I
sense of
understand that.
subjectivity, so you can just ensure that the genetic programming for everybody's face will ensure that people are also quite good looking, and you can also modify people's brains to have a much more permissive set of criteria for what constitutes good looking. So in fact, you could still have people look the way they do now, but you change people's minds so that they would
Oh
think that
God,
everybody
that's
is is
so weird.
is attractive. That is what I'm saying. But so that you don't have
Yeah.
people that are perceived as being
So
ugly anymore.
this is a lot of projection.
What do you mean by that? I don't
Like
understand.
you're projecting all these like utopian ideals that you have
Yeah.
is like a massive projection.
What do you mean? I don't understand. How's that a projection?
How are you? Are you messing with me right now? Like
No, I don't
you don't
understand.
understand?
I do not understand what you mean by
You
it's a
want
projection.
to you are advocating to you are an incel
Yeah.
advocating for genetic modification to
Yeah.
people's brains so
Yeah.
they perceive uglier people more attractive. So they're
Yeah.
willing to have sex with uglier people.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I think that. I mean,
You being a virgin incel
yeah.
are advocating for that.
Yeah. Of course.
You
That
don't
may.
see any sort of projection
I don't. I wouldn't
in
call
that.
that projection. No. I don't see why that is.
Do you
I don't
think that
see. I
if you
don't.
got laid on a regular basis, would you be advocating for the same thing?
Yes.
Would you
Absolutely.
even be thinking about
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely.
You'd
For
be
me,
worried about the incels in
of
society.
course, just like I'm worried for the poor people that are like starving right now in Africa, and I'm advocating for a global basic income to solve that, even though I'm
I'm
from a
I'm I'm worried about you, but it's not because you can't get laid.
yeah, because you think I'm crazy and you're worried about me because I'm crazy, or
Yeah,
that yeah,
I'm worried about
yeah,
your
but
mental health.
okay, but okay, so you're just saying that again. But anyway, you're obviously just ridiculous and you're psychotic, like pretty much most people. You're one of these conformist psychotic people, which have like
Everyone else
negative
is
symptoms.
wrong except for you, right?
Yeah, yeah, just like Copernicus. Copernicus said the Earth went around the sun. Everybody thought he was crazy, but actually it turns out he was right. So yeah, yeah,
I don't. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Copernicus didn't say in a society where we deem 18-year-olds to be like the proper age of consent legally. He didn't say, "Hey, I think we should all fuck 14-year-olds instead."
but, back in his day, in any case, people did fuck
Copernicus
14-year-olds.
was a scientist. He didn't give and a philosopher. I guess. I guess you're a philosopher of sorts too. I suppose.
Yeah, I could sort of say that, I guess. Um, but the point is that there are rational perspectives on things and there are irrational perspectives. I don't say that 14 is the rational like cutoff. I'm saying that the way of thinking about it for people is
Right.
irrational.
You're saying
It's
that when
irrational.
a
It's
child
irrational.
looks fully grown, when a child looks like
It's
an
not.
adult,
No, I didn't say that.
then
I didn't say that because 14-year-old minds are also much more developed. So if you just took like an 8-year-old which somehow happened to have like a premature puberty or something, I would not advocate for that because presumably the mind wouldn't have grown equally fast. Okay, so no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that 14-year-old minds are also adult and they are adults largely, even if there's a
man,
bit more
I have
rambunctiousness and
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
sure
I have
go
like
ahead.
some weird affinity for running into like fucking insane people. I
Okay.
I've already talked to